Hey everybody, it's Chris from Marketing During Tough Times. Thanks for stopping by. It is Friday, and before I get to today's show, I want to give a big shout out and a thank you to everybody watching. I'm up to 2,600 viewers, and that is really awesome. If this is your first time here watching on a Friday shows are a little more freeform than most of my shows. It tends to be stuff that's happening in my life or things and experiences I've had this week. So for today's show, I want to tell you the story about a startup entrepreneur I was coaching last week. She is a college student. She's very smart. She's doing all the right work. And I think she's going to be successful. Her real challenge is everyone in her life thinks she's crazy for wanting to open up a business. People say things like, you're still a kid, you don't have experience, you need to get a job, just kind of negative thoughts. And as she's telling me this, I had a flashback to my senior year in high school. I was 17 or 18 years old. If you're not in the United States, your senior year in high school is the year before you go off to university. So you're sort of making your career path. So it's my senior year in high school. I'm sitting with my guidance counselor and he's asking me about my future. Chris, what do you want to do in the future? And I said, well, I want to do something with music. And I had a plan. I had a few different ways to go about things. And he just kind of like shook his head and he was negative. And he's like, nah, it's probably not going to happen. It was really discouraging. Now I'm 17, 18 years old. I had no point of reference. I didn't know anybody who was doing music for a living, for a career, other than rock stars on TV and stuff like that. But I actually didn't know anyone who I could say, I can model my career after this person. These are the steps you go through. So I just kind of felt, rejected. Looking back, I was taking life advice from some guy making $17,000 a year working at a substandard high school. So he probably shouldn't have been giving me advice and I probably shouldn't have listened to it. But for a short period of time, I actually did take his advice. So coming back to the coaching session, I said to this person, to my coaching client, what I wish my counselor would have said to me. And that is, you can be whoever you want to be. And thinking about it today, a week later, what I should have said is, if you really want to be happy with your life, you have to go after the things and do the things you want to do with your life. There are many ways to achieve your goals. Life isn't a one-way street. Not everyone has to go down the same path. There's all sorts of ways to achieve things. And as I was saying this, I had another realization, and that is everybody needs two people in their life. It's great to have more, but you need really two. One is your guide or your coach who can help you get to your goal. So they've been where you're at, and they've made their journey, and they're somewhere where you want to be. And that person is your guide. That person is your coach. That person will help you get to where you want to be. Person number two is your cheerleader. The person going, yeah, I believe in you. Oh, that's a great idea. You're writing a book. Awesome. Can I see it? I can't wait to read it. You need that cheerleader person in your life too. So finding the right coach, finding the right guide might take a few, you might have to go through a few people before you find the right person. When I started my guitar school in my apartment in July of 1990, after doing it a couple months, I reached out to someone who I thought was successful in my field to see if they wanted to, help me out, give me some advice. We weren't competing with each other. He wasn't a competitor. He was just like an older guy who had been doing it for a while. And I saw him as a mentor or maybe a coach or something like that, someone who would help me. And he was very cool. I realized very quickly he had no idea what he was doing. Like, he wasn't any further ahead than I was. A matter of fact, I could probably have helped him more than he could have helped me. So I had to talk to a bunch of different people before I found someone who could actually really help me. So you can do your research. You might find shows like this. You might find Facebook groups. You might just interview and talk to a lot of people until you find someone who can actually help you. For your cheerleader, finding your cheerleader is sometimes a little more difficult because that's usually like someone in your personal life. Just remember, you are the product of the people you spend the most time with. So if you meet somebody new in your social circle and you say, hey, I'm starting a business, they should say, oh my God, that's awesome. I'm so happy for you. Tell me about it. If the response is anything less than that, they're not your cheerleader, and do you really want them in your life? And so it's a good thing. Put out there right away what it is you're doing. Let people know, and other people who feel that way will be attracted to you, and you can have your own little cheerleader group. So if you're looking for a way to meet other entrepreneurs or other like-minded people or other crazy people who are starting companies, I'd like to invite you to join my small business startup club. It's on Facebook. It's free to join. It is a private group, so you do have to click a button and answer a few questions. So I hope you find that helpful, and I hope you liked today's video. I hope I was your cheerleader today too. All right, so I will see you for Motivation Monday in a couple of days. Have a great weekend. Bye.